Well, I hope you people enjoyed the gym segment. Told you we'd smash it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's edition of the Sledgehammer Fight Show, the show that's with the fighters, for the fighters. We have a powerhouse show for you today, as we have the greatest of us all, Ian Jacobs. We have Jean-Luc with us as well. As well as that, we have the technique workshop with the model, and we're down to the open fight gym to have a chat with Richard Walsh. We usually start the show with a few jokes and a bit of jovial humour, but we're in a position today, we're going to help one of our fighting brothers, Grant the Bomber Barker. He's got a lovely young daughter, Ava. She's suffering from leukemia at the moment. And we've got Jean-Luc with me, who's been helping Grant raise money. They had a big do at Casablanca's on Sunday the 30th. It was a great night. And Jean-Luc's going to tell us a little bit more about what we're doing.
Yeah, so I run a Sunday salsa program at Casablanca on Caxton Street in Brisbane called Sunday Salsa Seduction. It's a very nice community. Everyone gets together every Sunday and have a bit of a dance. But it's one of those communities that likes to, help other people, and we get behind a lot of charities. So when we heard about Grant's daughter and the battle that she's struggling with leukemia, we thought that we could do something to help. Since Grant Barker was also a champion and a bit of a legend in the kickboxing world, we thought we could invite some of the legends to the night to do a bit of a push-up challenge. So we got Ian Jacobs, Powerhouse Jacobs, and Steve Superkick Vic. We also got some national female bodybuilding champions to go up against the boys. So it was a bit of fun, the girls against the boys kind of thing. So we did a push-up challenge where people would donate $1 per 10 push-ups, and we were able to raise quite a few funds.
People throwing money in the bucket. Guys, keep going. Girls, are you counting? Let's go.
That's good. It's one of the things we like to do in the sport of Muay Thai. Whether we're best friends like Ian and myself have been for 25 years, or just kindred brothers like we are with Grant Barker, who actually have never met personally. But as soon as one of your brothers is in trouble, we're all there to help. That's what we do in this game.
Yeah, look, we raised a fair bit of money at Casablanca on the Sunday night for the Leukemia Foundation and for Grant's cause with Ava. Of course, we can raise some more money, and people can still help by going online. And if you go to the link just below on the screen, you can donate some money towards the cause. Whether it's $1, $10, $100. Every single dollar helps. So,
Jean-Luc, that's a great thing you're doing for this young lady. And I'd like to thank you once again for coming on the show and sharing this with us. We really couldn't get you on quickly enough, and it's good that you found time out of your day to come and help out.
No, thank you very much for having me on your show, and it's my pleasure for being here. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Open Fight Gym. And standing with me today is the WMC President, Richard Walsh. He's also a very busy man. He's training Nathan Corbett for the four-man eliminator over in Turkey. How's that going for you, Richard?
Yeah, good, Jim, thanks. We've got Nathan in Thailand at the moment. He's over there just doing a pre-training. I head off at the end of this month and spend a week and a half with him in Pattaya at Fairtex with the Odds and Cly. And we go to Turkey on the 9th, so yeah, very exciting times.
Yeah, Nathan's looking pretty good. He had a bit of bad luck in Chicago, but he's the sort of bloke who's going to bounce back from that. And the story is, if he gets through to the final, he's going to be matched up with Tyrone Spong once again. Yeah,
well, it looks that way, and I think that's the way the Glory have set it up. Nathan fights Saki first, which is a massive fight on any card. Get over Saki, and he will more than likely face Spong. So he, hopefully get a chance to get one back on. He's really developed. He's definitely developed his own style now. He's well renowned, of course, for his elbows, but the beauty of the Glory League now actually is there is no elbows, so you actually get to see him use his kicks, use his punches, use his knees, so it's making more of an all-round fighter.
You've got tournaments that you run yourself, and you're also developing some kids as well that's going to go over and fight in the World Games.
That's exactly right. Yeah, as part of MTA, we run, like I said, the WNC. We also run IFMA. IFMA are the International Federation for Muay Thai Amateurs. They run World Games every 2 years. I've started promoting here in Australia fully padded fights, which in Queensland was, well, frowned upon when I first started it because everyone said, no, it's Muay Thai, you shouldn't fight with pads. Yeah. Now we're coming up to show number 7 and we're getting great results. And the beauty of it is, first fight to the last fight, strictly full Thai rules. There's no altering the rules. It is Muay Thai. That's what we call ourselves, Muay Thai Australia, so that's what we fight, Muay Thai.
It's a good idea. And it's funny how this game has come full circle, because when I first started in the 80s, we all wore pads. And we didn't even have leg kicks in those days. It was all above waist. And then we all thought they would make it tough when they took the pads off. But now we're putting them back into pads to protect them, especially the young guys. Yes. They don't want to be like rugby league players and getting broken legs and damaged knees and that by the time they're 18 and finished. Yeah. I think you're onto a good thing there.
Yeah, exactly right. Jim, we're trying to get everyone into the ring to have a try of Muay Thai. Yeah. Especially those guys that are just in the classes, you know, trying it out, doing it for a bit of fun. Let them go in there, they're fully padded, they're protected, they're 1.5 rounds. Great opportunity for them to experience it. Good protection for young kids, so mum and dad feel a bit safer when the little fella's getting across the ropes, or little girl, I shouldn't say just little fella, but young kids, you know, getting across the rope.
It's good. The beauty of this is you never know when the next future world champion is going to come out of that too.
Yeah, that's right, and we're steering the guys towards IFMA, which have the World Games, and IFMA is also the body that's pushing Muay Thai into the Olympics, very close to selection with the IOC, so that's how they'll run it in the Olympics, is with the pads on, so that's what we're promoting.
That's going to be real. Now you have a pretty busy afternoon coming up, 4 classes, you told me earlier. Yeah. So we better let you get back to work, and I really appreciate you coming on the show. Mate. You're a busy man.
Good.
It's, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Walsh.
This program's brought to you by Outfox, with hundreds of free channels covering sports, entertainment, news and more. All at outfox.tv.
And that was a great segment down at the Urban Fight Gym. Richard Walsh is a very insightful man, and he's doing a great job with the kids there. He's telling me he wants us back as soon as we can possibly get there, because he's never seen those kids whack the pads as hard as they did today with the cameras on them. We have the greatest of us all, Ian Jacobs. Ian, your career, where do I start?
Ian Powerhouse Jacobs. He's a sensational, brilliant, and a man down. Ian Powerhouse And listen to the eruption of the powerhouse, Ian Jacobs. Head up there.
It's just been a magnificent career. The way you started with the NMAL, just doing the semi-contact tournaments, if I recollect, all the way to the most hyped fight in Australian history with Gurkhan Ozcan. We might as well start at the top. We'll start with that fight.
Gurkhan Ozcan, yeah, that was probably the most testing fight of my career. I went into the fight with a broken leg that had just healed, so a lot of people didn't even come to the show because they didn't think I'd show. Yeah. It was a grudge, like you said, it was a grudge match of the century, mate. We were good friends, but it was one of those fights where it was the fight of all time sort of thing. In the first round, I broke my other patella and broke my sternum. Yep. And when he dropped me with a punch, first time I've ever been dropped, I was blind in one eye in the first round. I remember coming back to the corner and just the sheer body was just screaming at me, and I was exhausted already. And my trainer, Wayne, my master trainer, he just turned around and lifted my chin up and said, mate, do this for your family, do this for yourself, do this for me. One of those passionate, the whole life revolved around that fight sort of thing, and live or die sort of attitude, brought it out at the end.
Well, Gurkhan had the support of the Turkish community, which was huge in Melbourne at the time, and Gurkhan was the poster boy, and he was a good, nice player too, great fighter. But I watched that fight myself, and I thought from about the 3rd round onwards, you really established a bit of dominance, just a lot of fitness, and you really started working those knees, and you got Gurkhan in the corner, which I can tell you firsthand is not easy to do.
In all of my career, I've got to live most of the desires and things that you have as a fighter. Like I desired to live the movies and to live the world champions and to do all those sorts of things, and I did. And for me, that fight was the real life Rocky IV. You know what I mean? Like I beat him mentally, not physically. I did, as you said, in the 3rd round, what I'd worked out in the 2nd round is that once I grabbed him and started kneeing, I knew where he was. So I'd let go and I'd punch and then I'd grab him again. And most fighters with Gurkhan, because he's so powerful, he either knocks them out or they run away, and I just had no choice but to walk through him.
Jacobs goes to work with the knees. And now upstairs as well, Ozcan soaking up plenty of punishment.
It's funny, you had a lot of titles in your career. Early, you beat me for the state title, you beat Kerry McAvoy for the Commonwealth title. Cash Gill come over from England. And Cash Gill, for people who don't know, was about 6'4", and Ian had to chop his legs out to try and beat him because he was that tall, you just couldn't hit him.
He's a big guy, big guy. That was a good fight. And again, that was on 5 weeks' notice, so it was good. I got to live the movie again, the real life Rocky #1, you know, like 5 weeks' notice. He laughed at me at the weigh-in, the Cash Gill, you know, 4 times world champion, fighting this kid from Australia. He's like, well, that was on my mum's 50th, mate, and I tell you, from the age of 4, I wanted to be world champion. At the age of 6, I knew, and then to be on my mother's birthday at the same time, I could have fought Mike Tyson, so 5 rounds later. And when I knocked him out, one of the most euphoric moments of my fighting career was my whole life flashed in front of me backwards. And when I held my hands up, I was a 6-year-old kid the day I said I knew I'd be world champion in the ring with that victory.
Ross getting back in, just taken on the elbows. Jacobs now starting to tire off. I reckon that's about it. Gets up. A little groggy. No thank you, says the referee. Percy Lanciano said you've had enough. I'm sending you to your corner. And the title comes down under. The WKA World Middleweight title to Ian Powerhouse Jacobs. And have a look at the ecstasy. It's centering.
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to come back and have a few more words with Ian a bit later on. We're off to the gym. We're going to go see the model for the technique workshop. We're halfway through what's been a magnificent show today, and once again, we're at Steve Deller's Fortitude Boxing Gym here in the Valley. Today we're going to work on some ducking and weaving techniques, and with me, with great risk to myself, I brought the model, Alex Sininsky, in with us. Alex, thanks for taking your time out today. You can just tell whenever this bloke comes out for a fight, half the girls faint in the audience, and just quietly, a few of the blokes do too. Now what we're going to work on today is throwing a 3-punch combination, ducking the overhand right and coming up with the left elbow. I'll demonstrate it first and then I want to give the model a go. Okay, now what's happening, and this is very important that you guys listen to some of these techniques I'm showing you, because we're going to show you how to throw this uppercut correctly and protect yourself at the same time. Now, I'm fighting the model. I've come in with a left-right hand combination. Now, what I want to do for this uppercut, and it's very important you pan in close and watch this, okay, when I'm going for an uppercut, I don't drop my left hand at all. As I'm bringing my right hand back, all I do is, as you see how my knee's bent, I roll into it. Boom, and I always aim between 2 gloves when I'm throwing an uppercut. It makes it accurate, and the chances of better than average is always a chin on top of it. So you're going to land that punch nicely. So once again, we come in left hand, right hand. There's the uppercut. Okay, Alex comes in with the overhand right. We're ducking underneath. As we duck underneath, you're going to see the proximity of my right hand and Alex's chiseled abs. There's the right hand that goes into there. As you come up, there's your left elbow over the top. Okay. The best thing about the elbow over the top, you can split an ear. If things really go your way, you can split them straight across the eye, which I know does sound nasty, but this isn't a tickling competition, the Muay Thai game. We're out there to hurt each other. Okay, what we're doing, we're coming in with the left hand, right hand. There's your uppercut. The right hand comes over the top, I've ducked underneath. As I do that, there's my shot to the body, all in one simultaneous motion. The right hand comes up to protect yourself, there's the elbow. That's how you finish off. Okay, if it still happens to be standing there, you can always just reach in behind the back of the neck, knee to the rib cage. Okay, I'll go through a little bit more quickly so you can get an idea of what we're doing. Okay, that's how we do it. Now we're going to give the model a chance to strut his stuff on the catwalk, and we'll see how he goes with this, Alex. We'll see how you go. It's a very quick combination, very deadly, very effective. And once you get used to it, very simple to use. Alex, you did a great job on that, picked it up straight away. Never tried that before in his life.
This program's brought to you by Outfox, with hundreds of free channels covering sports, entertainment, news and more. All at outfox.tv.
I hope you all enjoyed the technique workshop with Alex the model. Alex actually jetted straight off to Milan after that to do a photo shoot for the range of the latest Pierre Cardin tracksuit pants. Alex actually comes from King's Cross in Sydney, where the women are tough and the men are pretty. And Ian, speaking of tough women, you've got a program going called the SAFE program that you've been working on for a number of years now.
Safe Family, mate. It started off for women, children, elderly. Now it's actually for the whole family unit and for corporate organisations and all sorts of stuff. It's an education platform that educates families how to stay safe and prevent trouble from happening. Also family values, communication, healthy relationships, all the different topics. There's 43 topics that you see all over the news, the topics that we're worried about. And to have a better look, it's on safefamily.com.au.
Oh, cool. Speaking of the SAFE program, you actually had a fight for the SAFE program, but it was a fairly short affair, if I recollect.
Yeah, mate. Well, it's the biggest wind-up for the shortest fight, you know what I mean? Like, it was good. I had 8 years off. I trained 10 days, had to lose 15 kilos, and I was fighting predominantly for my father, who was sick at the time, but also for the safe awareness at the same time. I thought, may as well do it. You know, that's what my part's about, my life's about. And it was a 1.8 second knockout with a world record. It was good.
Once again, the great one in centre ring.
And the headhunter knows exactly who he's fighting tonight, let me tell you.
Look at Jacobs, ripped, stripped and striated, more muscles than a seafood platter. As always, here's a cardio machine stand. The only question mark is, will ring rust affect Ian Jacobs? Oh, front kick! He's hurt him! My word, one strike and he's going to be over! This is incredible! The big kibosh! It may be the fastest knockout in kickboxing history! It's faster than Longanides Alexio! It's good night, Irene! Stan! I'm sorry, brother, your crown's been taken! One kick and it's good night, Irene!
Big front kick to the sternum, if I recollect.
It was, mate, and it was a really special moment because the person that had the record for 17 years was Stan the Man, and he was commentating the show, so we knew straight away that it actually won it. It was great.
The fastest knockout in kickboxing history! Ian Jacobs smiles over at us. Yes, great one, you are back!
When you and Steve and Dale Richards and all the boys broke into the sport, the concept of the sport was a little bit different in those days. And you fellows actually weren't welcomed with open arms. Like, Steve got it easily the worst out of the lot of years. We're hopefully going to have on a future program here. Poor Steve, he copped it every time he fought, but he was just such a brilliant fighter.
And our group, our Taipans, was led by Master Wayne Spencer, and we were out of the groove. We were like a team of commandos. Like, we never lost a fight for 4 years. But at the same time, we were fighting people that they said we couldn't beat. But the majority, we were like a group of probably 6 to 10 fighters, all really good fighters, and it was like a commando team. But we fought everybody, but we were the outcast of that. And there was a lot of hostility from everybody else, especially towards Steve Vick. I think he was hated most by everyone because he's had the real Clark Kent of the sport, you know what I mean? He had the perfect haircut, you know, like we've had fights there that he's fighting a world-class title fight, and he'll come back to the corner, Wayne's trying to talk to him, and he'll be like, fix my hair. And Wayne will be like, shut up, listen, this is what you got to do. And he's more concerned about his hair.
That's right with the fights, and I have to admit, like when we eventually got matched up, I had no doubt in my mind I was going to knock you out and then take Dominic 3 weeks later. Never happened that way, of course, but there was a mentality we had. Like, I never hated you or Dom or Steve or anyone like that, but I seen these real good, flashy fighters and I wanted to beat them. There's just a competitive streak. Steve told me many times at the show I was the only bloke who ever went up and spoke to you fellas.
Yeah, you were, mate. You've always been a gentleman of the sport, and it's the same with me, mate. Like, I've never been one to be into the this is good, this is bad. Like, it's a sport, you know what I mean? And it's good for everyone. And a few people that have stuck by, like yourself, like me, and a few other pioneers of the sport have allowed it to evolve into what it is.
Yeah, we're certainly getting rid of the fake reputation we used to have. Ian, thanks again for coming in today, because I know you're a busy man. You've got so much on your plate, but you've come in to sort of help out, and really appreciate it. Thanks very much,
Thank you, mate. Thanks, buddy.
Good on you. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you.